A lot of people come to me and complain that they aren't tech savvy or that they are intimidated by putting up their own website. So in this 30-minute video, I will walk you through step by step how to put up a beautiful looking website for less than $3 a month. This will be a fully functional online store that will accept both credit card transactions and PayPal, and it'll be a beautiful store because I'll be giving you a free template and all the graphics based on my kids' online store over at kidincharge.com. And when I say step by step, I literally mean step by step. I will walk you through the entire sign-up process, where to click, how to install the theme, how to accept credit cards, everything. Now this video is a little bit long at 30 minutes, but it will be 100% all you need to start your own online store. And as I mentioned before, my 9 and 11-year-old kids followed these exact instructions to launch their online store over at kidincharge.com, where they made $1,000 in their first month. And if they can do it, then so can you. So first off, I want you to go over to mywifequitherjob.com and I want you to scroll all the way to the bottom and I want you to sign up for Bluehost. Now, Bluehost is the machine that will run your website, and I've negotiated a special deal where you can get 60% off. Now, Bluehost is what is called a starter web host, and it'll be pretty good until you hit about 10,000 visits per month before you have to upgrade. But for a starting online store, Bluehost is more than good enough, and it's very inexpensive. All right, so I'm going to walk you through the entire sign-up process. So I want you to click here, and then I want you to hit Get Started. And then I want you to hit the basic plan. Now, one thing that's about Bluehost that I want to just warn you guys ahead of time, they're going to constantly try to upsell you with more expensive plans. But to start an online store, all you ever need is the basic plan that costs $2.95 a month. They might try to entice you to higher e-commerce plans like this one, but I'm telling you, all you need is this basic plan. So I'm going to hit select here. And what's cool about Bluehost is that they give you a free domain. Now, I actually recommend that you have your domain in mind before you sign up so you can get it for free. You can still sign up and create your domain later, but if you create your domain later, you actually have to contact Bluehost support, tell them your domain, and they have to readjust your website. So just to make things a little bit more smooth, have your domain in mind before you sign up. So for the purposes of this example, I'm going to register mywooexample.com. Okay, it says it's available, and I'm just going to fill out all these parameters here. Okay, so the plan that you want to choose is 12 months for $2.95 a month. And this is what's going to happen. They're going to give you a bunch of these upsells here, and you want to just make sure to uncheck them all because you do not need them. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn off Code Guard. I'm going to turn off Site Lock Security. So after you check off all those items, your total should be $35.40. All right, so I'm just going to enter my credit card here real quick. And make sure you check this, otherwise they will spam you. And then click Submit. Okay, I'm going to click on Create Your Account. And I'm going to create a password here. And click Create Account. And this next step should just take a couple minutes, so you just have to wait. And then you want to click Create Your Website. And then I'm going to click Skip this step. None of this information is important, by the way. It's just stuff that Bluehost uses. I'm going to just hit Skip this step. And I'm going to name it My WooCommerce Example Tutorial to Start an Online Store. Again, none of this stuff matters. You can change it later. I don't even know how Bluehost is going to use this information. So I'm just going to hit Continue. Okay, so what's cool is that Bluehost provides you with a bunch of free themes. And since we're starting an e-commerce store, you can just select any of the ones from the e-commerce area. Again, this doesn't matter because in a subsequent lesson, I'm actually going to give you a free theme that I designed that will allow you to recreate my kids store over at Kid in Charge if you like the design. And personally, I think my kids' website looks pretty good. So again, it's up to you which theme you want to use. So I'm just going to pick a random one here and just go with it here. Okay, I'm going to pick this one. And again, this step doesn't matter. Nothing's ever set in stone, by the way. Anything that you choose here can be undone later without any problems whatsoever. And again, just keep in mind, I'm going to give you my free theme and give you a full tutorial on how to set up a website that looks exactly like Kid in Charge. I'll even give you the graphics and everything. So at this point, Bluehost has set up our website and has connected our domain, mywooexample.com, to this site. Now just keep in mind, it takes a little bit of time for all that stuff to get connected. So don't panic if you click on this button, log into WordPress, and you get a screen like this, all right? And this is because the domain and the website is not yet connected. It takes a little bit of time for the domain to actually connect with your website. So if you're getting something like this, just be patient and maybe wait like an hour and come back and everything should be connected. So in the meantime, I'm gonna have you do a couple things with the website. All right, so first off, we're gonna go under My Sites and you should see the website that you actually just created. I want you to click on Manage Site and go under Settings. And I want you to turn off the Coming Soon page. If you leave this on, it's just going to be this page that's going to be static. And again, you want it to go directly to your website. This is mainly for beginners who don't want their website to be live before they work on it. But here's my philosophy. You may as well put your website live because in the beginning, no one's going to be able to find it anyways. So just turn this off. And at this point, when you go to mywooexample.com, you should be able to see your website. Okay, this is what the website looks like. And as you can see, the domain is already connected. And now we can actually go back and configure the website. Okay, so at this point, things are almost ready to go. And what's frustrating about this next step is that you just have to wait. Now, the question is, how long do you have to wait? Well, this is what you need to wait. And Bluehost doesn't tell you this. But if you go under My Sites, under Manage Site, under Security, you want to look at this upper left box here. If it still says pending or it tells you something about in progress, then you still need to wait for the entire site to get set up. In the event that you try to access your website before the security part is set up, then you're going to get errors. All right. So if you just set everything up, and it's only been like 20 or 30 minutes, I think you need to wait like a full hour for the entire site to get set up. So if you see something like in progress here, just go and do something else for a little while, come back, check the security tab, and if it looks like this, then you are ready to progress to the next step of the tutorial. All right, so assuming that security and everything's all set up and your website's all connected and you've waited an hour after you signed up, the next step is to click on Log into WordPress. Now, this is the back end of your website. And if you guys aren't familiar with WooCommerce, WooCommerce is actually a plugin that goes on top of WordPress that allows you to take transactions online. And WooCommerce is 100% free. Now, the next thing you need to do is you need to configure your store in order to accept transactions and add products. So the first step is to go under the dashboard and then go under Plugins and Installed Plugins. And you want to make sure that WooCommerce is installed. Now, depending on the questions that you chose when you configured your first site, if you chose Store, then WooCommerce should already be installed. But just in case it is not installed and you don't see it here, you need to go ahead and install it yourself. And I think for most of you, if you guys follow the wizard correctly, you should have it already installed, but I'm just going to show you how to install it just in case it didn't come installed. You want to click on Add New, just type in WooCommerce. Find the plugin, click on Install Now, and then click on Activate. So once you activate WooCommerce, it's going to take you to the Setup Wizard. Now, in the event that your instructions look different, or if WooCommerce was already installed, the easiest way to go to the Setup Wizard is just to go under WooCommerce, Home, and it will walk you through a 7-step wizard. And all you got to do is just click on each of these and set up your store. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of these steps, and then some of these steps I'm going to reserve for a subsequent video. So the first thing is to add store details. You're going to want to include your address. So I'm just going to click in a fake address here. And then your selling locations, the default customer location, whether you want coupons, what the default currency is, do everything, and then hit Save Changes. And then to continue on with the wizard, you can go back to the home screen and then continue on and add your first product. So we're going to sell a physical product here, and I'm just going to make it Kid in Charge t-shirt. It's going to have a description. Enter in your description here. Scroll down, enter in the pricing, a short description, and then click Publish. And congratulations, you just added your first product. And to take a look at it, you can just click on this link right here. It'll take you over to the product, and it's a fully functional shopping cart at this point. You can add it to the cart, and it'll be added to your cart, and your website is essentially good to go at this point. Let's continue on with the wizard though. Okay, so to go back to the wizard, once again, go under WooCommerce Home, and you're going to want to set up payments. First thing you need to do is you need to go under Plugins, Add New, and then you want to do a search for PayPal, and you want to install the WooCommerce PayPal payments. So click Install Now, and click Activate. Okay, and then click on Add New again, and do a search for Stripe, and then install the WooCommerce Stripe Payment Gateway, and click Activate. All right, so the next step is to go under WooCommerce and Settings, go under Payments, and we are going to set up Stripe first. So I'm going to just click on this tab here, and I'm going to create or connect an account. And I just want to let you know that in order to get this to work, you first have to set up an account over at Stripe. Setting up an account is free. Go to stripe.com, set up your account, make sure you're logged in. And if you're logged in, it should show your Stripe account here. All you got to do is click Connect, and that's all there is to it to connect your Stripe account. All right, so the next step is to connect your PayPal account. So go under Payments, look for PayPal, enable it, and then you just want to click on Activate PayPal. From here, it's going to tell you to log into PayPal. And again, you have to have a PayPal account created before you go to this step. And once you do, go over here and just log in, and then follow the instructions to connect your PayPal account to WooCommerce. After you do those two steps, your store will automatically be configured to accept both credit cards and PayPal. And at this point, you have a fully featured e-commerce store. Now, we're not done. I'm going to show you how to create a really good looking website based on my kids store over at Kid in Charge. I'm going to give you a theme. I'm also going to give you all the graphics, and you can set up a really great looking online store for free without any technical knowledge required. Here is what the theme looks like that you are going to design. And obviously, as you're going through this tutorial, you're going to want to insert images of your own and not pictures of my kids. All right, so as you can see, it's a pretty good looking site. I've already populated 4 products in this test site over here. And if you click on a product, this is what the product page looks like. You can add the item to the cart. This is what your shopping cart looks like. And this is what checkout looks like. As you can see here, it is a fully featured online store. And if you follow these instructions, you can have a site that looks exactly like this without any technical knowledge. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and get started. First things first, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to have installed. All right, so first things first, you need to install the theme that I gave you. So you go under Appearance, Themes, and what I want you to do is I want you to add a new theme and do a search for 2020. Okay, it looks like this. Just make sure you have it installed, because the theme I gave you is actually a child theme of 2020, so you need to have 2020 installed. The next thing that you need to do is you need to install the theme that I gave you. And the way you do that is you click Upload Theme, choose File, and then find the theme that I sent to you. It should be called ProfitableOnlineStore.zip. All right? And all you got to do is just select that file and upload it. And once you've done that, you should see the theme as part of the theme directory. All right, let me just show you what it looks like real quick. This is what it looks like. It should be really familiar. It's got my kids right on there. And what you want to do is you want to activate this theme. All right, so at this point, we've installed the theme that I provided to you. Next thing you need to do is install all the necessary plugins. So to do that, go under Plugins and click Add New. Now there's 3 plugins that you need to add. The first one is called Site Origin, all one word. So you type it in the search, hit enter, and the 2 plugins that you need to install are the Page Builder by Site Origin. So click here to install and activate, And you also need to install the Site Origin Widgets bundle. And again, click Install and Activate. And then the final plugin that you need to install is the Classic Editor. So I'm just doing a search for Classic here. And the Classic Editor is here. Once again, click Install and Activate. Once you've done that, you should be ready to follow the rest of the tutorial. Now, the next step is to go under Plugins, Site Origin Widgets, which will show up once you have the Site Origin Widgets bundle installed, is to click on this. And what I need you to do is I need you to activate the following parts of the Site Origin Widgets bundle. So what the Site Origins Widget bundle is, it's actually not that important. It's basically a bunch of graphical objects that you can insert into your site. But you have to make sure that these are activated. So the ones that I want you to have activated are the button, the editor, features, headline, hero image, and image. Okay? I'm just going to scroll through this so you can just look at what I have activated. Worst case, if you want, you can actually activate all these widgets. But we're not going to be using all these in today's tutorial. All right, so the most important ones are the hero image, the editor, the button, and the features. Now, the next step is to create a really good looking front page for your online store. Now, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to Pages, and I'm going to click Add New. All right, so just to summarize, at this point, we've installed the theme that I've given you, which is profitableinlinestore.zip, along with the 2020 theme. And I've had you install 3 plugins: Site Origin Widgets Bundle, Site Origin Page Builder, and the Classic Editor. We are now going to create a brand new front page for your online store. Okay, so I went to Pages, and I clicked on Add New. Now, if you installed and activated my theme properly, under Template, you should be able to see this entry called Full Width No Title Template. Make sure that is selected, and then just call this my sample front page, or whatever you want to call the page, it doesn't matter, and just click Save Draft. All right, so we just created a blank page called My Sample Front Page with this template, full width, no title template. Next, I want you to click on Page Builder. Now, what Site Origin is, it's a tool that allows you to create website pages really easily, and they look really good. I want you to select Pre-Built Layout, and I want you to select this Fitness Gym Layout. All right, so click on it, click on Insert, and then click on Replace Current, and click Yes, I am sure. So what this is doing now is it loaded that pre-built layout into your page. At this point, I'm going to hit Save again, and I'm just going to show you what this page looks like without anyone making any changes. Okay, I'm going to preview here, and this is what the page looks like already. And what we're essentially going to do here is we're going to replace these elements with elements of our own website, and in this case, pictures of my kids. Okay, as you can see, this is a pretty good looking website already, and all you really have to do is just replace some of these images with images of your own, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do now. So let's go back to the editor. So this is the layout of the page, and as you can see here, there are these little widgets here that kind of make up the elements on the page. So let me just click back and forth. The Site Origin Hero is this hero image right here. These little hero images here along the features are just an image plus text. Okay, and as you can see here, it just kind of corresponds to these elements on the page. And what we're really going to do is just replace these images with the images that I gave you of my kids. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is edit the hero image here. So I'm just going to click Edit. I'm going to click on this little tiny tab here. It's a little bit hard to see. I'm going to replace the verbiage here with verbiage that relates to my kids' store. Okay, and then I'm going to change the background splash image. So I give you all these graphics in a file called kikimages.zip. I can't remember exactly what the exact file is called, but there'll be a link to it beneath this video. And I'm going to select this image right here, which is the front splash. I'm going to click on Set Media. And that sets the media in place. And then I'm going to choose the Railway font because that's the font that I like, but you can choose from any one of these thousands of fonts here. So I'm just going to choose Railway. It's going to take me a while to find it. There it is. Okay. Again, you can choose whatever font you want. And let's see. I'm going to click Done. I'm going to click Save Draft. And let's see what it looks like. Okay, there we go. It's a picture of my kids along with the verbiage that I cut and pasted in there. Now there's a couple of things that you can do, and I don't want to get into too much of the technical details, but you'll notice that the image is a little darker. And let's see, you can control that here. Let me just... So I'm just going to make the background image opacity 100%, and that should make the image a lot brighter. Okay, let's see what that looks like. All right, see, it's much brighter. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to replace these 3 images with pictures of my kids. Okay, so this hero image I'm going to delete. I'm going to delete. I'm going to delete these hero images, and instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an image widget. All right, so just look for the site origin image, which is right here. And I'm going to choose media. I'm going to add this cute picture of my kid right here. Done. And then I'm just going to kind of drag it over here because I want it above the text. And then what I'm going to do here is, just to make this quicker, I'm just going to duplicate this a couple times. And I'm just going to drag them to the right place. Okay. And I'm just going to replace the images with the other images of my kids that I provided to you in the download. So this is the other image I wanted to set. And the final image is this one. I'm going to save. And in an ideal world, you should add verbiage of your own. I think the default verbiage is gibberish, but let's see what it looks like right now. Okay, look, there's my pictures of the kids I just added. The site's already starting to come together. All right, and obviously you want to replace this verbiage with your own. All right, the next step is to add a little product carousel. Now, before you can add a product carousel, you obviously have to add products to your shop. I've already added products to my WooCommerce store, and I've added 4 products because I want to have the product carousel in there. All right, so let me just show you what I'm talking about first. Hold on. Okay, so the next step I want to do is I want to add this little product carousel here to the front, the featured products. So in order to do that, you need to actually add 4 products to your site, and then you need to make sure these stars are checked. Okay? These stars indicate that it's a featured product and you want to show on the front page. All right, so let's go back. Let's go back to our page that we were just editing just now. It was called My Sample Front Page. Okay, and what we're going to do now is we're going to replace this membership offerings. We're going to delete that, and we are going to add a new widget that is just custom HTML. And this is a little technical. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But all you got to do is cut and paste this text in there to include 4 featured images on your site. I'm just going to keep it here for 5 seconds so you can actually see what it is. But you just need to cut and paste this in there exactly how it is right now. And click Done. So I'm going to hit Save Draft. And let's take a look. Okay, as you can see, this site's already coming together here. I got my splash hero image, got pictures of my kids, and then have pictures of 4 of my products. Next step is to just replace these Our Services Include with your products. And then I'm going to eliminate this with some verbiage that just says, you know, your satisfaction is our goal. All right, so I'm going to go back, and I'm going to just delete all this stuff because we're not going to use any of it. Okay, and I'm going to make this like a single column row. And I'm going to add a site origin hero widget here. I'm going to add a frame. And all I'm doing here is just cut and pasting some verbiage in here. We want you to be happy with your purchase. I'm going to click Done. Save Draft. And let's see what you got here. There you go. The site's almost done. The last step is to add these links in the footer. All right, and the way you do that is you go under Appearance and Widgets. Okay. Now, as you can see here, there's 2 footer areas. That corresponds to the 2 columns on the bottom. And basically what you want to do is I just added a site origin editor widget here. And then I just added the 4 links below: shipping, privacy policy, about us, and our blog. And under footer number 2, I also added another site origin editor widget and did the same thing. Okay. And once I did that, there's the footer. The final step is to update the logo. All right. And the way you update your logo is you go under Appearance, Customize, under Site Identity. You want to change your logo. And I've given you a logo here already, so just select the logo, crop it the way you want. Obviously, use your own logo. Click Crop Image. Hit Publish. And it is already the logo, so it's not going to change. But you'll see that Kid in Charge is here. Okay. Once you're done with your page, let me go back to the page real quick. We're pretty much done editing this page. So at this point, you need to hit Publish. This will actually make this page live. Okay, the final step is to actually make this page the default page when someone lands on your site, right? When someone goes to mywooexample.com, you want this front page to show up. The way you do that is you go under Settings, Reading. Your home page displays a static page, and you want to select the page that you just created, which was my sample front page. Scroll down, click Save Changes. And if you go to mywooexample.com now, whoops, you'll have the front page that we just created. Now, I know you're probably going to ask me how you adjust these menu items here, so I'm just going to show you how to do that real quick. Let's be complete. Under Appearance, Menus, what you want to do is you want to create a new menu. I'm just going to call this Main. I'm going to click on Create Menu. And then I'm going to select the pages that I actually want displayed in the menu. In this case, I only want My Account, Checkout, Cart, and Shop to appear. So I select those, add those to the menu. And then I select where I want these menus to be displayed, which is on the desktop horizontal menu, the desktop expanded menu, and the mobile menu. So I'm going to click Save Menu here, and let's check out our site. There's the menu that I just added, and voila. This is our fully featured site. All you got to do is add your products, replace the products of my kids with your own, and you are ready to sell online. That is pretty much it for this tutorial. There's actually one last thing that I want to show you. Okay, so this is your WordPress backend. If you go back to your Bluehost portal, which looks like this, I want to show you how to set up a domain branded email. What's cool about Bluehost is that it gives you up to 5 email addresses for free. So you want to go under Advanced, and then you want to go under Email Accounts, and you can actually set up custom branded email accounts. The way you do it is you just hit Create, the username for the email. You can put your name at WooExample, or whatever your domain is, enter in a password, hit Create, and there you go. You can actually have people email you at this address, and you can get email. Now, where does this email go exactly? What you want to do is you want to click on Check Email. You want to go under Forwarders, and you actually want to add a forwarder. And this way, when everyone emails whatever email address you created, it will forward it to your main email inbox. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I've shown you that you can start a really good looking online store for free without a designer if you follow these directions. And in the event that you miss some of the other parts of the tutorial, there's actually 6 steps. Make sure you sign up for my free 6-day mini course below over at mywifequitherjob.com/free. And now that you have a site, you need products to populate with. So make sure you watch this video over here to find profitable products to sell online.